Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I'm so excited to kick off season 3 with all of y'all starting today. It is so amazing to be back in the Black Media Matters studios. And 2025, I'm telling you, we are looking forward to uplifting more stories from our community and beyond to keep you informed, inspired, and definitely feeling the impact of all of these phenomenal stories. And you know, I'm always excited when I got the guests I got in the building with me today. I get to kick off this season with Big O. That's right. Omari Salisbury is joining me, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that Converge is up to in 2025. You definitely want to be tuning in as he joins me after the break. But before the break, you know this is the top of the show, right? So I'm going to remind you that this is the time for you to tag and share this stream and just share it with folks who can benefit from the daily dose of dopeness. We are always working to bring you here on the Day with Trae. And you know, if you can't watch our TV show, you can always listen to it anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae, and you will find us there. Well, before I get into it with Omari, I'm going to tell y'all, my travels over the last month have really shown me the importance of uplifting stories. You know, when you're out there and you're traveling, you get inspired by different people's stories. I recognize that there is not many outlets that are there to support those folks and share their stories. I was able to really tap in with some hard workers who have been dedicating themselves for years in their communities. And the beauty of it is that there's so many of us who can be inspired by what they have to share. So I'm looking to offering up opportunities for folks from all over the globe to join us here on the Day with Trae. That's the beauty of technology. They can tap in and find a way to share their stories with us. Now, while they may be in different time zones, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity to give space and grace and light to those that I was able to connect with, as well as those I've never met. The beauty is that the Day with Trae is going to stay committed to uplifting these inspiring stories. And while we are always giving love to the Pacific Northwest and those in the Puget Sound region, we are always also looking further, looking ahead, looking beyond. So I'm telling you that I came back supercharged, y'all. And that's what traveling will do for you, right? Like, it will give you so much energy when you return home to go, okay, how can I shift? How can I be better? How can I sharpen my tool? And that's one of the things I'm really excited about, being a member here of Converge and being able to host the Day with Trae. That Converge is always given that opportunity to sharpen my tool, to get better in my craft. And I'm so thankful to my guest who is joining me here today, who continues to push me further and further as I grow as a host and a media personality, and as I stay so committed, humbled, and honored to be able to uplift all of you out there. So throughout this season, you're going to be hearing me say, hey, if you know amazing folks in your community, neighborhood, in your life, if it's you who needs to be uplifting your story, please make sure you message our team at the Day with Trae at whereweconverge.com. You can also go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram at Trae Holiday. And I look forward to engaging with you all out there as we dedicate this season to continuing to share those inspiring stories so we can all be inspired to be a part of the solution. Well, after this short break, y'all, I got Big O in the building. Yes, that is right. You heard me. Omari Salisbury is joining me right after this, and you definitely don't want to miss it as he gives us some insight into what Converge is up to in 2025. Y'all stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hi there, Manny Santiago from Washington Health Benefit Exchange. We're excited to help everyone enroll in health and dental insurance plans for 2025, regardless of immigration status. Open enrollment is happening right now, November 1st through January 15th, so it's the perfect time to find a plan that fits your needs and budget. Trusted resources in your community are available in person, over the phone, and online to compare health and dental insurance plans from the brands you know and find savings only available at wahealthplanfinder.org to lower your monthly insurance costs. Visit our website at wahealthplanfinder.org or call us at 855-923-4633.
Empowering the community one connection at a time. ConnectWA is your partner in finding the support you need. Download the app today and experience the difference that a connected community can make. Learn more at eec-wa.org/connectwa-app.
Seattle Opera presents one of the world's most popular operas, Mozart's The Magic Flute. Called an international sensation by LA Daily News and dazzling by San Francisco Classical Voice, this new to Seattle production featuring eye-popping animations is perfect for the whole family. Don't miss Mozart's The Magic Flute, February 22nd through March 9th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
Truth Talks is the hottest streaming show on TV. Catch all the truths about pop culture to politics and today's biggest
Why
stars.
tiptoe through life?
Monday through Friday, live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and again at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Fox Soul.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. And of course, joining me today, we got Big O. What's up, Omari?
Treyana, Karibu Numbani, Apa Black Media Matters Studio.
Asante Sana.
Yeah, I see you picking up some Swahili from your travels over in Kenya, huh?
Yeah, you know what? It's such a beautiful language, and I came home with a real intention to learn more. So I'm looking forward to you helping me out with that. Oh,
Listen, my Swahili is still functional, definitely functional. At one point, when I was living on the continent, I spoke Swahili, some Portuguese, Arabic, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you move and groove. You got to be able to communicate with people in different countries, different languages. At least some functionality of stuff. So Swahili is a language that I never let go of, though, even when I left the continent. Man, I love Swahili, and every once in a while I'll be somewhere if I hear Swahili, I run up to them like a little kid just so I can talk to them and everything else. So I'll definitely tutor you, no problem.
I appreciate it. They always talk about real world situations being able to have conversational dialogue. That's what really helps anchor in language. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm also so glad that you're joining me here today. I mean, when we think about our history and how we really started, it goes back many years.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, Treyana, congratulations. The kickoff here to season number 3 of The Day with Trae. And congratulations in a lot of different ways. One, you've been on this journey for a very long time. We first met in 2018 there in the Central District at Black Dot. And we was making shows then, and it was Community Corner with Trae Holiday and Chats with Trae. I might have to go into the archive on them, and drop some of these on the IG. But you stayed dedicated and committed through the years. A lot of people don't realize. A lot of people think Converge is like 4 years old or 5 years old, or protest or whatever. But we've been at this for years, well before 2020. And, you've been part of that team. And I always say whenever I post something about you, I'm like A1 from day one. You know what I'm saying? You've definitely been a partner in crime, so to speak, from building this business on the TV and on the video side. And so that, congratulations. But also I want to congratulate you too, because this season 3 marks like going on 3 years since we retired the morning update show. You know, an epic show in this city. It was groundbreaking, transformational. I think we showed a lot of people what could be done. And, you know, on the community level, as I like to say, as an organization, it was constantly punching above our weight class, you know what I'm saying, against the big broadcasters and news outlets out here. And the morning update show was epic. And, you know, a lot of people, but you hear this feedback. Oh man, when the morning update show's going off air, one day be like, Converge, this is going to fail. It's going to flop. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you met and exceeded all expectations and silenced the naysayers along the way. And now the Day with Trae is the place where Seattle, at least our Seattle, comes to talk.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much for shedding, you know, some light into the history, but also for the congratulations that you just gave me, because really it means so much. And, you know, if you talk to anybody at Converge, they'll talk about their relationship with you and how it's always pushing them to be better. And I don't know if anyone's ever asked you what drives you in that way, where you're always making sure that people are leveling up, that they are able to break into new barriers maybe that they had before and charter new waters.
I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, it's just something internal that comes from my parents. You know what I'm saying? Pops, rest in peace. You know, we got so many of this affinity for photos and cameras. And my mom's like, you know, do the task big or small, do it right or not at all. Just all constantly pushing, you know what I'm saying, in the best way that you can do more. Be excellent. My mama used to always say, and she still does, wake up, be excellent, practice excellence every day, practice perfection every day. You know, I mean, undoubtedly we're going to fall short, but if that's your mindset, I wake up every day, you know, I greet the sun, no matter where I'm at, anywhere in the world, I'm waiting, where's the sun at? Let's go. You know, I wake up optimistic of what the day holds in store. And I think it's a lot of that energy that kind of radiates here throughout our company. And in doing so, you can't say that you want to be excellent. You can't say that you want to practice perfection. And you can't phone that in. You got to roll up your sleeves and do that work. And so, you know, I mean, it's a lot of people here at Converge who, you know, a lot of people, they know how to take it at the beginning. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. You know what I'm saying? You'd be 30, 40, 50 takes. Do it again. But we see, you know, it's over time, you know. And when you talk to our on-air talent, if you talk to Basa Gordon and talk to Deontay Damper, even yourself, I'd be like, Trae, we got to do it again. It's not perfect. Let's go. And, you know, initially, a lot of times that creates some static where people are, man, oh, don't want me to be great. Nah, I want you to be so great. You know, imagine a lot of times we encounter young people, especially where no one has pushed them to be great. No one has challenged them to be amazing. And they step into these doors and sometimes they don't know how to take it because someone hasn't told them before. No, that's unacceptable. We're going to do that again. You can do better. I see better within you. And I feel that, you know, that's part of my role here is to pull the very best out of people, but to also lead by example. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? If it takes you 50 takes, guess who's standing here with you during them 50 takes? It's me, you know? And so standing and setting an example for our crew and for our team of practicing excellence every day. And that's the thing here. The other thing is commitment. You know, that's the number one thing here at Converge is commitment. We're just looking for committed people. And some people's commitment with Converge is once or twice a year. That's okay. Some people's commitment is 5 days a week or, you know, all these different things that their base is doing, or even Chuck over there is circling Seattle sports. There's high frequency of commitment and there's low frequency. Doesn't matter to me as long as you're committed and you do what you say you're going to do. And if you can't do it, that you set a new expectation for everybody, because life shows up sometimes. And setting a new expectation for the people who are dependent upon you, the people that you gave your word to, you know, be true to your word. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? I feel fortunate that my parents raised me. I feel like, you know, and just, they raised me in a sea of virtues. So there's all these virtues. How we do anything is how we do everything. There's never a wrong time to do the right thing, and there's never a right time to do the wrong thing. It's just, so those things rubbed off on me, and I think that some of it is rubbed off in the culture of this business.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I know it. I mean, it's so true. And so, and really, folks are grateful for it. You're right. Like maybe they don't get in the beginning, but that over time, they actually see themselves getting better. And that's the beauty of it. They're experiencing their own personal growth because of that push and that encouragement. Let them know, actually, I know you can bring it better. And that's something that is so, I think, foundational here at Converge. And I've experienced it being on this journey with you for all these years. So I'm so grateful to you for that. But also too, there's something where Converge has been able to truly make other entities do better. I mean, we have seen this. I mean, many a times you have been talking to executives and whoever else, top leaders, about ways that they can be more intentional. That's something that's also been, I think, for me, it's like that ripple in the water.
Yeah, even when we had nothing, right? When we started the morning update show, we started with camcorders and Daryl Glover had some kind of iPad thing moving and everything else. But I remember that day, and I'm so thankful to you and to Daryl and Carlos Imani and G Prez and Eric and DJ Topspin. I remember that day when we launched the morning update show in March of 2020. I said, you know what? I can promise you that today there's going to be at least 2 people watching. I said, that's my mom and my dad. But I said, we need to act like 200,000 people are watching. Remember that?
Yep.
And I said, everything that we do, we need to act like the whole world's watching. I mean, we had the craziest setup and mix match lights and everything, but from jump, we set the tone. The whole world's watching, and that's the way we ran the set. I'd be like, Daryl, it's 11 o'clock in 1 second. Daryl, it's 11 o'clock in 2 seconds. Daryl, when is my show starting? Daryl, but that was the thing is we took it like the whole world was watching. When our first day, it was 2. And then maybe it grew to 10 and maybe like 15. I remember we hit like 20. We was like, 20 people watched us today. But we knew from there, we knew where we were going. So it didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? Those numbers didn't matter because we knew what the vision was of Converge and where we were going. And, life takes you on kinds of zigs and zags. And you got to remember just 2 or 3 months after the launch of the morning update show, moving that show like we were talking to 200,000 people is when the protests rolled in and we was ready for it. Not only covering the protests, but also the morning update show and also all these specials that we did and everything else. And we never skipped a beat because from jump, we said that we're going to move at the highest level. We're going to act like, and at one point the whole world was watching. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But we set a precedent from day one. And so it's interesting because for us, we always want to move at like the highest level that we can. Sometimes we're limited by resources and other things. And oftentimes we partner or we bump into situations where people's standards are much lower than ours. And they allow us to lower our standards. They're like, oh, we only need this. And what's the first thing you say? Hey, listen, the client or the partner standards might be there, but there's no way we're ever going to lower our standards. You know what I'm saying? They're more than welcome to rise to ours, but we need to always be very excellent in everything that we do.
Yeah. And that excellence is really felt by the people. And so I just want to ask you before we start talking about, what Converge is up to in 2025, I want to tap into that because now, after the morning update show, I mean, you just said it, like, I'm lucky to have you launch the Day with Trae with me at the top of 2025 in this season 3. But you really are like, hey, I'm here. I'm in the background. I'm pushing everything. I'm making things happen here. But you still get to experience people receiving all of the hard work, the energy, that commitment and dedication that's poured into every production that Converge produces, that Converge has its hand in. Tell us a bit how you're able to receive, folks being so inspired by the work of Converge.
Man, that's an interesting question because I'll be honest with you, I don't get out much, so I don't necessarily feel it. I know it's out there though, but people tell me that our work does inspire them, and everything else. I did want to say one thing is that, my whole career, I've been a guy behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I had a career in radio because, I got a face for radio, not TV. Now, you got a face for TV, but I've always been behind the scenes, and I get enjoyment from seeing people and pushing them to the next level. And whether it's our young people or our young interns from maybe the University of Washington, we tell them, man, we got 10 weeks to move the needle. How are we going to move the needle for you? How are we going to make you better in these 10 weeks? And people who've been with us a long time here. And so it brings me a tremendous amount of joy to push. And this is hard work. I mean, we at least once a week, probably maybe even more. But listen, we go head up with these big dogs out here, not only here in Seattle, but nationally. And you'd be surprised some of our content, how, you could put our content up against a lot of people in a lot of markets across America, and what we create. But one thing, when you talk about the inspiration, last weekend, I was back to base, was aired, and the Black Joy segment aired. And I knew, like, putting it together, and it was crazy putting it together because every single shot counted. Every single shot, every frame in there counted. And I think it's like 2 minutes or something like that. And we just got emails in that just said Black Joy, from the audience, Black Joy. Like, people felt it and resonated. We had released it on social media beforehand, and just the response of it, and releasing it on January 1st, saying at 2025, the Black Joy journey continues. I think for me, I don't see a lot because my head is always down and straight for what's next. We argue in here at night sometimes with the content team, and the argument is, what can we put out tomorrow to make our community feel good about themselves? What can we release tomorrow that's going to give them great self-representation? What can we release tomorrow that's going to make Big Mama and them smile? Like, these are the conversations that we be duking it out. Like, no, we need to put out this story. No, but that story, this and that. If our community only knew that sometimes it's the wee hours of the morning and we sitting here and our goal is, how do we make our community feel loved through our content? How do we make them feel seen through our content? How do we make our community feel respected and uplifted through our content? This is what we do here every single day. And that's why I say Converge Media is the people's station. We're not here to serve ourselves. We're not here to serve advertisers, partners. We're here to serve our people. This is the people's station. What we do is the people's work in uplifting our communities and neighborhoods, not only in Seattle now, which is crazy. This was the CD, right? But like, we talking to communities across the region, been intentional. Look at all these years of going to Portland. Last year, we got recognized in Portland Hip Hop Week. All these years of going to Spokane, and now we partnering and we making films in Spokane. And now we're on the Fox Soul, the national platform. And just to speak to that, Trae Holiday, remember when people told us that we need to make 1 minute stories from TikTok? Remember they told us that? Yeah. They said, oh man, this Converge thing, man, you guys are taking too much time. People don't have attention. It said it don't matter. That's the beauty of making content just for our neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, it's cool. Whatever the mainstream is saying, we not making nothing for them. We making stuff for our people. And now look what happens. People told us we needed to go chase the industry. They said, man, you guys need to go chase it. We said, nah, we just trying to make stuff for our neighborhood and stuff, in our extended neighborhood now across the Pacific Northwest. We don't want to go down to LA and do this and that. What happened? The industry's now chasing us. You see Basin with her deal with Fox Soul. You know what I'm saying? Where there's all kinds of other national deals coming. You see our films all over the place and everything else. But we stay true to this vision of uplifting our community, of uplifting our neighborhood, of uplifting our people. And we haven't changed a thing. You know what I'm saying? As far as that formula, that we have upgraded a little bit over the years. But I don't go out much, but I move a lot. And so, like I said, when you say how people feel inspired, I'm not in the mix to get a lot of feedback. But I just know that when I do appear on the block and on the neighborhood, and it's usually them big mamas and them uncles and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else, but they tell us, keep going, keep pushing, making a difference. And the feedback that we get, we want to continue to tell uplifting and amazing stories about our people. We want to continue to change the narrative. We are the people's station. I swear to God, I'll never move from that, because that's why we're here. And that's why we work so hard. So people in the Central District of Seattle, South Bend, all over the region, East Central, Spokane, wherever you want to go, they say proudly, Converge. And they say that's ours. Yeah. Imagine that, Trae Holiday. We started out there in 2018 in the studio. Me and Eric Calligraphy. It was 2016. Converge started as a blog. We couldn't afford no cameras, none of this and everything else. It was all a dream. You see what I'm saying? But we've never lost sight of that vision. And I promise you, going into 2025, we're thriving in our purpose in the very same words that we wrote down right there at the waterfront, right, Eric Calligraphy? Done 2016, we said exactly what Converge would be, and I'll show it to you. And we're living our purpose and we're serving our community.
Yeah, I gotta say, yes, we are. And honestly, I'm just so honored to be on this journey as you talk about the history and the beginnings and the humble beginnings, but yet the dedication, the commitment's always been there toward excellence and continuing that because we all feel it. And when we talk about excellence now, we have some phenomenal things that Converge is doing for 2025 to continue to spotlight excellence in our community. Tell us more about it.
Well, first and foremost, if you allow me to steal some of your thunder.
You know it, anytime. Okay. Oh.
First and foremost, really, really proud to announce that we're doing a conversation series with yours truly, with Trae Holiday. And we're really focusing around the topics of leadership and leadership with Black women. And it's great that we're expanding that net, that ever expanding net that we've grown here across the Pacific Northwest, not only here in Seattle, Portland, and Spokane. It'll be over in Boise. They be rocking with us in Boise, by the way. They on the app. What's up, one time, Boise? You feel me? And so we're really excited about that. I know you love your Black Media Matters studio, but we're going to get you out of the studio in 2025.
That's right.
I'm really happy, with Besa and the growth of Back to Besa. And listen, we can, between me and you, we can talk a little bit. Remember when Besa used to make appearances on the Morning Update show? She'd be there at the crib, you know what I'm saying? Talk about Gorilla Glue Girl and all that. And now look at her. Look at her, you know what I'm saying? Back to Besa, the Fox 13 version, because it's 2 shows now. The Fox 13 version, it continues to thrive here across the region and pull in more viewers on Fox 13, Fox 13 Plus, and the Fox Local app, which is great, and continue to tell those local and kind of timely stories across the region. And, Fox Soul, this relationship with Fox Soul continues to grow and flourish. We become very tight. And, once people see who we really are, it was funny because the first thing I sent Fox Soul was, before anything, people talk all this legalese. And I was like, man, y'all should know who we are first. I don't feel comfortable signing something if you don't know who we are. And I sent them the report card. The report card is the kind of in memory of what we did for my dad. I said, this right here will tell you the character of our company, right? And so, our relationships continue to grow at Fox Soul. We're going to have some movies going on over there on the Fox Soul platform and some additional shows going on their platform. Man, we're happy to welcome Deontay Damper back. We Live in Color. This is season number 3 for Deontay Damper. It was kind of amazing, as considering we're in Seattle. The Deontay show is the only highly produced, television format show that is addressing issues in the LGBTQ community. On top of that, the Black LGBTQ plus community, and that makes it a rarity. Julia Jesse's coming back with Clapback Culture. And of course, Circling Seattle Sports just continues to just thrive. And Chuck is doing an outstanding job over there on that platform. We got quite a few films planned for this year, what's happening. And, you believe it or not, we released 5 films last year. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. None of them were planned. They were just we got a story to tell, kind of like Facing the Rain. But the biggest thing for me, I think, in 2025 is around personnel. And so we're happy to welcome Winfield Ezell Jr. He's the new head chief storyteller. Storyteller. Let me get that right in case he wants to clip it out, right? We're happy to welcome Winfield Ezell Jr. as chief storyteller here at Converge Media. If you should know, Winfield's been with us for a long time. He got an Emmy nomination for our film Reconciliation Tour. And he's an outstanding storyteller through and through. And so Winfield is actually going to be replacing a lot of my duties here at Converge. Old guy, I got to take a little rest, you know what I'm saying? But also Eric Calligraphy, when you talk about A1 from day one, Eric Calligraphy, co-founder of Converge Media, is going to be heading our Converge music, culture, and lifestyle. And if you know Eric, that's him, right?
100%.
Yeah, and so we're very excited about that, and we have a very strong production team that they turn out their work day in and day out, and we're just trying to move more efficiently, get all the right people in the right places, and it allows somebody like me to just kind of chill out and take a deep breath. I've been running. It's been a marathon on the real for the last 9. This is going on 9 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to say that we now have a chief storyteller, that's you should be proud. We should all be proud of that because that signifies our growth where we're at. And the Converge music was something we wanted to do for years. That logo there is 5 years old. Mm-hmm. We said we wanted to do Converge music, but me, if we can't do it right, we're going to leave it on the shelf. And now, we moved into this space to be able to do it right, have a vision for it and how we want to represent music, culture, and lifestyle across the Pacific Northwest. And so, I'm just, I guess, I'm ready to take a few breaths and, relax and get back to the continent of Africa, and you know what I'm saying? And you guys got it.
Wow.
This is the best thing is just about everybody, except for you. You started off here as amateurs or in a different field. You're the only person in our whole organization, Winfield as well now, that started off in television and video. I started off in radio. Besa started off in radio. And most everybody else just learned video and everything else on the street. Ain't nobody go to school, ain't nobody do this and that. And I'm gonna tell you, it speaks to the dedication of our people, how dedicated they are, that over the years they continue to get better and better. And Takia Ward, we can't forget Takia, Art of the Matter. Sure, you'll hear from Takia this week, and you'll hear from Besa and Deontay. Look at Art of the Matter. Art of the Matter is coming back for season 2. Takia had never done TV before, but I pushed her. I said, step out on faith. I said, step out on faith. And I said, guess what? I'm going to step with you. It was the same thing with Besa Gordon. I said, you're doing all this stuff on TikTok. You need to do TV. So I ain't never done TV before. I said, Besa Gordon, step out on faith. And, I used to sit every Saturday. This was years ago. I used to sit every Saturday. That was the only time Besa could record her show. And I'd sit with her and we'd do the rewind with Besa. This was over 3 years ago. Every Saturday we do it. I said, every time you'll get better. And you'll get better, and you'll get better. And look at her right now. And look at all these people in our organization. You know what I'm saying? Remember what we used to always say, we still shooting in the gym.
Yeah.
And for years, I said, people will give us awards, accolades. Man, we still in the gym, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. We still shooting in the gym. And once since Converge, I feel that, of course, you can't say that you're getting national TV deals and film stuff and everything else and not say that you've arrived in a sense, but I'm no fool. I feel like we're still behind, Triana. You know what I'm saying? Because we started from nothing. And in a sense, in a lot of things, we still got nothing. We're still a small Black media company, man. When we struggle every month to literally keep the lights on. We struggle every month to pay these bills. You know what I'm saying? We're impacted just like everybody else. But see, the difference is, Trae Holiday, we know how to make it look good. We're not impacted. The level of our work and our commitment is not impacted by these other factors that surround us. You see what I'm saying? We're going to continue to be excellent in everything that we do, regardless of the struggles that we might face every day. You know, so, oh no, you know, I'm really looking forward. We got this Support Black Business campaign to kicks off actually today. But yeah, I think it's a good time to actually, you know what I'm saying, catch my breath, and because I feel so comfortable around you broadcast professionals.
You know, I just got to say that what I really appreciate when we get to sit down like this is, you know, people don't get to hear from you enough like this, right? Where you can really share the depth of what Converge is about and why Converge is so dedicated to the stories we tell and the way we tell stories, which is so personal for so many people, shedding light on, you know, individuals and entities that they wouldn't even really know about, or, you know, they don't have that backstory. They don't understand the depth of, you know, somebody's level of dedication or what they've had to go through to get there. And so I just appreciate every time that you're with me because we get that glimpse even more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not part of any organization. Well, I guess there's two now. I've tried for a long time. I stay away from everything, to be honest with you. But Seattle Association of Black Journalists, which is part of the NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, and also the NATIS, the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. But you know, my time, I feel is valuable, and not valuable isn't on a me thing. But it's valuable because, you know, let's just take your show, for example. Everything that goes into it's like an hour, 2 hours altogether, you know, because to get here, it's the prep, it's everything else. We do it, all that kind of stuff. I always look at like, where could that same 2 hours be placed? Where can we be in community making a difference? Where can I, you know, I get people all the time, man, oh, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you connect me with this person or that person? So I'm like, where do I need to budget my time? And so my time is budgeted serving my community in the most efficient way I feel possible. I gave you were there, Solid Ground? These guys were there. I gave my first speech. All right, we okay, Chief? Yeah, they all right. People engaged right now. They listening. That skateboard be all right. I gave my first like actual speech for the first time in 4 years, which was Solid Ground at their gala. And it was really dope too, because I got an opportunity to thank the people, the city of Seattle, for their support. You know, we have to talk another time, but you know, man, these people, the good people in the city of Seattle came up big for us during the protest. We was out there, no gas masks, no nothing. We didn't know what was coming. We was just trying to tell a story. And they came up big, and I had an opportunity to say thank you, you know what I'm saying, to these good people of the city of Seattle. But like, you're right, I don't do a lot of interviews because I don't ever want it to be about me. Like I said, it's about us, and it's the larger us. I do a lot of speeches. People used to offer me all kinds of money to do speeches and go all over the place and go to colleges and go to this and that. And, you know, I spoke to Solid Ground last year because that was the first time I didn't feel like somebody wanted me to be a spectacle to sell tickets for them. Like, it was a room, Solid Ground, that gala was a room full of people in a like mind. How can we make things better? And these are engaged people, you know what I'm saying, from the lowest level to maybe some with amazing resources, but it's how can we make it? My question to Solid Ground, I said, who gonna be in the room? And you see me ask that a lot of times. People like, hey, Omari, can you come speak? Who's gonna be in the room and what's their capacity for change? And capacity for change don't mean like money. What's their capacity to want to impart change. You know what I'm saying? It could be, I got a room full of letter writers. Okay, let's roll. They going, you know what I'm saying? But who is your audience is most key. So when people ask me to speak, I'm always like, man, whose audience?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What is their intention? What is their capacity to impact change, to help make my neighborhood, the Central District of Seattle, the South End of Seattle, a better place? If you just want me to go into a room because you're selling tickets and I'm just talking to some people to get, I'm good. I would have took some checks for all these years from the Hulus and Amazons and all these other people who come in here and knock our door. They used to come and be like, yo, we got a check for you for protests. We want to do a documentary on the protests. And you know what stopped the calls? There's one, I'm like, no, you could probably do our own. But what really stopped the calls is I'd be like, look, bruh, we didn't go out there to make a film. If we went out there to make a film, we would have made a film. We just went out there really kind of naive of what the outcome was going to be. And we were just trying to keep our neighborhood updated and informed. So I always tell them, I said, listen, I'll work with you if you're going to do something to make my neighborhood better. You know, and they're like, well, we got a check for you. I'm like, man, I don't want your check. You know, and I tell them, I said, why don't you guys put a whole editing bay in Garfield High School? Why don't you put a state-of-the-art TV station in Rainier Beach, right? That's where I'm at with it. Like, guys could have got paid on stuff, all kinds, you know, I could have been much bigger. Converge could have been much bigger. Rolling out of the protests, a lot of people took that protest energy and it's propelled their career. But what we do, Trae Holiday, we went home. You know what I'm saying? All those flashy objects shining in front of us. Oh man, come be on this show, go do this. We went home because we wasn't out there for that. We wasn't out there to propel our careers and anything else. Converge would be much bigger right now. But we did what we said we were gonna do. We just came to tell a story. And when the story was over, we went home. And that's why it's like I tell people, I was like, man, we ain't selling nothing. I'm good. You know, unless you can have something compelling that will change my neighborhood, unless you have something compelling that's going to change something here, do something impactful. It's not impactful for our neighborhood for Omari to get a check. It's impactful, though, if Garfield has a whole new editing suite and TV bay and all this kind of stuff. If Franklin has some kind of whatever. That would be an impact, and that would be a righteous outcome of the trauma and the PTSD and everything else that we endured during those protests. That would be a righteous outcome. Just a check to Omari is not. So it's cool. We just sit on this video. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. I gotta tell you too, I mean, that's a level of integrity that we saw a lot of people just didn't have. And I think that is really why so many people still gravitate to Converge, because they know that we're going to be truthful about our storytelling. Any last words you have for the people today?
I mean, I do. And where am I looking right here? This is the good one.
Give it to him.
This is the good one here. Last words, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I promise you that I doubt I do any other interview in 2025. So I'm glad that my first and last one is with you, Trae, on the holiday. The first and foremost, the biggest thing that I have to say is thank you. Thank you. With so much sincerity. Thank you. Some of y'all have been with us now going on 9 years. You never left us. And you know, with us, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, there's people who've been with us and maybe they donate something or they do this or that. And there's some people, man, who all they do, and it's not all they do, but they pray. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're praying for you. Man, I can't do much, but I'm going to like this and I'm going to share this. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's a community that we have. That's why what I think is so special about Converge is this is a community. And it's really weird being in this TV business now, because TV business is about, man, you want to go with big mainstream, this and that. And God bless Basin, because she out there and that's the trajectory. And I'm so happy now that Converge has a route. So anybody that has a future aspiration in our company You know what I'm saying? Whether it's our local TV here, whether it's national TV, there's a route, right? Because for me personally, man, I'm okay just in our community. And so it's weird at, being on the head of something. This is why Winfield coming in. He's chief storyteller, because for me, I cherish just our community. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay not talking to the world. I know that we make content that the world appreciates. And, I think people are probably going to see that soon, where our content is popping up. But I'm all right just talking to our neighborhood. And in our extended neighborhood now, whether I'm talking down Northeast Portland, whether I'm talking about East Central Spokane, whether I'm talking about here in Seattle, I just like us in the community that we built, in the warmness in that Converge community. And so I'm so thankful to y'all. You know what I'm saying? For supporting, for being unwavering. I can't say enough how grateful I am to you, first and foremost. And this is the people's station, because this is your station. This is who we do this for. This is what we wake up early for and the late nights for. This is where we try to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what's going to make our people feel good about themselves. What's going to make them have a great representation of themselves. What's going to inspire our communities and our neighborhoods. It's the people's station. It's your station. And the last thing that I would say is today we're launching our Support Black Business campaign. There's a lot of Black businesses that are out there across the region. Man, they struggling right now. There's an emotional moment in here. You know what I'm saying? They struggling right now. And man, we need your support. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. We need your support. We need to help our Black businesses across the region. We encourage everybody to go to whereweconverge.com/support Black business. And it's especially so when you go there, right, if you're a business owner and you struggling, fam, tell us about it. Let's see how we can try to figure something out. You know what I'm saying? How we can either get you resources, we can spotlight you. Never know, you might end up in a commercial. Trae Holiday might come over there, you know what I'm saying, and do dinner and go live. You know what I'm saying? Besa, Eric, all these guys, they'll be there. But we have to. This is, if you ever wanted to know what Converge Media is about, right now. Our people need us right now. Our Black businesses need us right now. We're not waiting. We taking what we got right now. We're not waiting on a grant. We're not waiting on a proposal. Everybody's on deck on this, and they're bringing their greatness and their resources, and we going to battle. We going to battle starting today. And really it's something we've been doing for years, but we battling today for our Black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Well, what we got, whatever resources we have, we're going to battle today for our Black businesses. So, whereweconverge.com/support Black business, man. You know what I'm saying? We need you guys to join us on this. And so basically, if you're a business that's struggling, go in there, man. Tell us what's popping, man. Let's see how we can use whatever resource. We're going to give you whatever we got. Our resources here, but also the directory is there from Hey Black Seattle is in there. Then also the Buy Black card from the Intentionalists is in there. And we got other resources that are coming in there. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to all of our partners on that. But it's if you ever wanted to know what we about, you know what I'm saying? This is what we living right here. Is where we're turning our platform. Every production here, everything that we got. We're giving all of our focus to support our Black business because we see them and they crying for help. And what's the use of having a Converge? What's the use of being Black-owned media? What's the use of hashtag Black Media Matters is when our community needs us most if we're not there to stand by them.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. Catch you in 2026, Trae.
Here we go. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, having Big O in this studio sitting with me, it is always going to be about the truest and purest form as he speaks from the heart, y'all. I get to wrap this up after this short break. Wow. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hi there, Manny Santiago from Washington Health Benefit Exchange. We're excited to help everyone enroll in health and dental insurance plans for 2025, regardless of immigration status. Open enrollment is happening right now, November 1st through January 15th. So it's the perfect time to find a plan that fits your needs and budget. Trusted resources in your community are available in person, over the phone, and online to compare health and dental insurance plans from the brands you know and find savings only available at wahealthplanfinder.org to lower your monthly insurance costs. Visit our website at wahealthplanfinder.org or call us at 855-923-4633.
Empowering the community one connection at a time. ConnectWise is your partner in finding the support you need. Download the app today and experience the difference that a connected community can make. Learn more at eec-wa.org/connectwa-app.
Seattle Opera presents one of the world's most popular operas, Mozart's The Magic Flute. Called an international sensation by LA Daily News and dazzling by San Francisco Classical Voice, this new to Seattle production featuring eye-popping animations is perfect for the whole family. Don't miss Mozart's The Magic Flute, February 22nd through March 9th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
Truth Talks is the hottest streaming show on TV. Catch all the truths about pop culture to politics and today's biggest
Why
stars.
tiptoe through life?
Monday through Friday, live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and again at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on Fox Soul.
Oh, welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I can't thank Omari enough for joining me in this season 3 kickoff of the Day with Trae. You know, he not only highlighted why Converge started, but why it continues in the way that it does, with the intention, dedication, and commitment that it does to uplift these stories that matter so much and that inspire so many. You know, when we think about what it looks like to support Black business, clearly Converge is saying anything we can do to support businesses, we're doing. So I'm going to remind y'all to go to whereweconverge.com/support Black business. Please join us in this effort in the ways that we've been doing for so long to stay dedicated to our community, our stories, and our passion and resilience. I thank y'all so much for watching this first episode of The Day with Trae, and I look forward to being a part of the team here at Converge to help spotlight your great story so we can continue to build on the mission here of The Day with Trae by giving you an opportunity to see yourself as a part of the solution. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back with y'all tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m., y'all. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.